Washington, D.C., capital of the nation, a center stage for the drama of world affairs. And the Congressional Country Club, tree-lined, rolling, well-bunkered and long, a course of awesome magnitude. An 18-hole match at medal play between British Open champion, winner of the Canada Cup and over 100 international titles, Roberto DeVicenzo of Buenos Aires, Argentina. And a man who for more than 3 decades has been one of golf's foremost champions, winner of over 100 titles, Sam Snead of the Greenbrier, White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. To analyze the play, the legendary Gene Sarazen, winner of every major title in professional golf. And to describe the action, a fellow member of the PGA Hall of Fame, 3-time winner of the Masters, Jimmy DeMaret. This is Shell's Wonderful World of Golf, a series of international golf matches played on the world's most famous courses. This week, the Congressional Country Club, Washington, D.C. The United States was the first nation in the world to plan a city exclusively as its capital. This is that city. George Washington wrote in his diary under the date of July 12, 1790, and about noon had 2 bills presented to me by the Joint Committee of Congress. The one, an act for establishing the temporary and permanent seat of the government of the United States. On January 24, 1791, the President sent a message to Congress stating that he had selected a site 10 miles square on both sides of the River Potomac. And on September 18, 1793, amid solemn ceremonies, George Washington laid the cornerstone for the new Capitol building, which was to be built according to a design submitted by a West Indian doctor with no previous architectural experience, William Thornton. Today, the familiar Capitol dome rises over one of America's great cities, the city of magnificent distances, it has been called. Over 2 million people live and work in the Washington metropolitan area, and their chief business is government. This is a city where history lives, history made and in the making. And it is a city where America remembers its makers of history. This, the Washington Monument, thrusting 555 feet into the sky to honor the father of his country. Here, the Jefferson Memorial, with the beautiful domed rotunda adapted from Jefferson's own design for the University of Virginia Library. And the magnificent Lincoln Memorial, with the great brooding figure of the Civil War president gazing out over the city and the nation he died to defend. Every American president since John Adams has lived here. And as the nation has grown, so have the problems faced by each resident of the White House. And ultimately, America's future lives here, in this city on the banks of the Potomac. Washington, D.C., a capital worthy of the nation.
This 13th hole, with a long sweep of its rolling fairway, illustrates the major characteristic of Congressional's championship course, size. This is the mark of a U.S. Open course, and very few of us will ever forget the exciting Open played here only a few years ago. Unlike many new courses built today, size here means more than mere length. It means contour fairways that go uphill where the drive generally lands and give up little roll. It means making strong approach shots with a high trajectory to elevated greens. And it means big greens with many subtle rolls that can be lightning fast. Yes, this is a course in the classic tradition. And part of that tradition is that a golfer should be tested at every phase of his game. In 1924, I played in an exhibition match to inaugurate this club's opening, and that makes it an even greater pleasure for me to have a match here on Shell's Wonderful